Saturday night's alright. Movie Town Girl.
What a lovely piece of music. That, of course, as you probably worked out, was called Movie Town Girl. That was Steve Carnivali, featuring Monzon, I have to say. And Steve joins me in the studio. Hello, Steve.
Oh, man, you're one of my favourite DJs in the entire world, the wonderful Steve Yabsley. I'm so proud to be here.
Well, he's only saying that because I'm playing his lovely tunes, of course. But I have to say, that's a cracking song, isn't it? It really is a good tune.
Released 2 years ago, and you just told me off record that it's one of your favourite songs. And I'm like... I was in the green room just now, and your staff are so great. They gave me an overwhelming shower. One of your staff gave me free Weetabix with cold milk on with a banana on top. It was brilliant. And then I heard Movie Town Girl.
Life's coming together.
Obviously, I thought, he's playing my song again. The last time you played 2 songs back to back, I couldn't believe it. It makes me feel like a 10-year-old boy again.
Well, we do charge £50 for this service. We should mention that lovely video you made in Zimbabwe for that as well, which was quite a trying... How long were you actually out there for?
I was out there for 2 weeks, and it was quite like... I told this story before. Once I fell in quicksand and they had to get me out. We were in the jungle. But I had 2 weeks to put together a production team, find a director, find a cast, find clothes. So I wanted to be wearing African dress, put a cast together, find a Movie Town Girl, get Monzone, get her travel to Harare, the capital. It was great fun. I love Africa. And my third video, Electric Blue, I went to Cape Verde to film it. So
extraordinary.
Loved it.
One big holiday for you. 3 releases so far. 500,000 YouTube views, and you keep on going. Now, let's just remind people a bit about your background, because there'll be people listening today who haven't heard you before.
Yeah.
You were born at St Michael's Hospital in Bristol, of course, Lockleys Comprehensive. Were you a good boy at school?
I left, Steve, with 2 A-levels and 6 O-levels, and I was very conscientious, and I was a very good pupil, yes.
Now
Never made school monitor, but I put my head down.
Well, a lot of those monitors were creeps anyway, yeah. Now, you've had a career, of course, as a nurse over the years. You qualified, I think, in 1990.
Here we go, back with the...
It shows, shows how caring you are.
No, it shows how good your research is. I was amazed the last time I came in. You knew more about me than what I did.
Well, you see, you can all find it online. Let's just give a bit of background to you, though, for people that don't know your background. You've worked as an actor in the past. You've had bit parts in various programmes, haven't you?
Yeah, lots of programmes.
Out of the various bits you've done, what are you most proud of?
I think it's quiz show Winning the Boss on BBC with Susan Coleman, being caught by 1 second on the chase by Anne Hegarty, the governess, being in Casualty 5 or 6 times. I've been in Industry about 3 or 4 times as well. I met the lead girl from the Butterfly Girls video on a date. Well, we were filming a date on the TV show Industry. So, if you're ever on a film set with me, get prepared to be in my next video.
Can I just ask you briefly about The Chase, because it's one of my favourite programmes. You were beaten by 1 second by the governess, Anne Hegarty. She's good. How many people were in your team?
2.
And how many did you score yourself in your individual round?
I scored 4 to get 4,000, but what got edited out was my mum was dying at the time. And I decided right before I was going to do the show that I was taking the lower offer, because I was going to be in the final chase. My mum, before she died, was going to see me win a TV show. So I obviously took £400 first up, which caused uproar. But they edited out the bit where I said I want my mum to see me in the final and I want to win. So obviously I took 400. 2 of us got through, and then it comes to the final chase. I was so determined, Steve. I was hitting that buzzer. I was getting all these questions right. We ended up, I think, with 18, and I think I answered 17 of them, and I was just like on fire. We pushed the governess back 3 times, and then the last question was like the easiest question ever. It was to her. She had 3 seconds left, and it was, which English seaside resort is known in the north of England for having 3 piers? Well, I'm sure you can answer that question.
Is it Great Yarmouth? I don't actually know.
No, that's not in the north of England. No. Northwest of England. Lancashire.
Is it Blackpool?
Correct, yeah.
Oh,
and she said Blackpool, And I then looked up at the monitor and it said 1 second. And I got to be honest, I mean, Bradley Walsh was like joking with me, but I was crying inside because I kept smiling, but I just knew, oh my God, my mum is going to be watching this before she dies, seeing her son get caught by 1 second and being that close to winning. So it wasn't until my mum passed that I started winning quiz shows on TV. So it was a bit gutted, but...
So when they say to you at the end, how's it been? You say, I've had a great day, Bradley. You didn't
I
really have
didn't, no. I was like, I think I went home and I don't smoke, and I just like went and bought 20 cigarettes and just smoked them all thinking, Mum, I let you down, you know?
Yeah. The thing is, although you took the lower offer on there, you wouldn't have got that extra step if you hadn't have got through to the final round.
That's right. And no one had ever seen someone on The Chase go up first and take the lower offer, because it's not done. But the reasons I gave for doing it were edited out, and I was trending, Steve, the next day
as a baddie.
I was trending on Twitter and what one person wrote was Steve Carnivali, the type of guy who would throw his mum in front of a bus before himself.
God, and the reverse is true.
Can you believe that?
Well, you know the truth, and your mum would know the truth.
Social media, you know, obviously, you know, it's wonderful sometimes.
Well,
I get a lot of accolades, but also, as Chris Martin of Coldplay says, the more famous you get, the more popular you get, the less popular you get, because the equal number of people will dislike you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I know personally, for having spoke to celebrities that I know they're telling the truth, that people basically do lie about you. I mean, people will often just say something mean for the sake of it, which has no basis in reality. And an average Joe like you've got no defence to it, have you? I must say 18's pretty impressive on The Chase, though.
Thank you. I was on fire, and I was so proud of my performance. If that 1 second wouldn't have been, Steve.
Don't worry about it. You've also been on the 1% show with Lee Mack, which is another great show. I mean, how nerve-wracking is it to be in the studio when the cameras come on?
Ah, man. Would you believe the question I got wrong and got knocked out on was a question about Africa? So then that led me in. So I got to mention Movie Town Girl. I said, Lee, I filmed a video in Africa. It was it's really nerve-wracking. No one will know until you go on TV, and the cameras are so like, they're on you, and the lights are so vivid. You've got all the studio lights. It's not just me and you here. We know each other. We're having a one-to-one. And Lee Mack absolutely roasted me. So he said, you're a solo artist. He said, I can see you've got a single out. So you're a solo artist. Is that because no one in the world will work with you? And he roasted me for 5 minutes, but it was great, because then all the YouTube comments were like, oh, I saw you on the 1% Club, your song Movie Tango is amazing. So I thought, I'm glad I got a little bit of promo I got in, and it was good.
Let's ask you, before they start filming the programme, does a warm-up person come out to talk to the 100 of you?
Yeah, there's a comedian. Someone like, you know how you and Martin have this wonderful repartee, like Stevie Absley and Martin, like Morecambe and Wise, the two Ronnies, Stevie Absley, Martin. So like Lee Mack has like a co-person who warms everyone up.
And does he come out before you start filming and just introduce himself and say
it gets everyone laughing, in the mood, and then Lee Mack comes out.
Well, let's talk about your music.
I've got to mention Pete Roelly.
Oh, yes, Pete Roelly.
Because he told me off last time. He said, when you went on the Stevie Absley BBC Bristol, Radio Bristol show, you never mentioned me enough. So Pete is at home now. I've told him to get out a bottle of wine, get a glass, and every time I mention your name, you've got to drink a glass of wine or a shot of whiskey. So can I just say, the person that co-writes all my songs is Pete Roelly. Pete Roelly works at Attic Attack Studios, which is one of the finest studios in Bristol. If there's anyone listening who wants their songs recorded, go and see Pete Roelly. He'd be drunk by now. That's about 5 shots. Go and see Pete Roelly at Attic Attack in Kingswood. He co-wrote Big Star with me. He co-wrote Electric Blue. He co-wrote Butterfly Girls. He co-wrote Movie Town Girl. Without Pete, I am absolutely nothing. He is one of the wonderful people in the world, and I love him immensely.
Well, that might be true, but he still needs a haircut. Because
well, I don't know. I saw him the other day. I thought he looked suave, to be honest.
Well, I must say that other studios are available. I personally have worked with Pete Roelly.
What was your experience like? You're saying Pete Roelly now, he's inebriated by now.
He's actually a lovely bloke.
He is.
And it's a great little studio. But there are other studios available. Anyway, let's talk about music. You don't have a publisher. You don't have a record label to help you. You've done this all on your own with Pete's help. And
take a shot, Pete. You just said Pete. Go on.
You've released a series of singles now. And your new one is called Big Star. And you've called it a game changer. What were you trying to do with this song then?
Okay, so I spoke to a lot of people in the industry. Obviously, a lot of people like Movie Town Girl. It was trending in Zimbabwe. It's one of your personal favourites. You've just told me off air. It's in your top 100 songs of all time. You might have done. Butterfly Girls was another sort of reggae hit. So I then started talking to some radio pluggers who wanted to promote me, and they said, can you please, Steve, we love your reggae stuff. Can you please move into like more of a modern sound? And so we did like Electric Blue, which had that Afrobeat sound. So then I found this wonderful guy, producer in America, who I've worked with alongside Pete, and Big Star came about. We'd recorded an album, but we needed a really big single to kick things off. So Big Star, I think, is a huge single, and I mean, I love it. It took ages to record. I went through every line. It's my most personal song to date, and I think when people hear the lyrics, they'll get why. And I don't want to say what it's about. I just want people to hear it.
Well, I got some guff here about it. It says here, with its blend of infectious beats and striking vocals and the most anthemic, memorable chorus you'll hear all year, Big Star is destined to be a big hit around the world. You've actually said you wanted to write something as good as Coldplay, didn't you?
I did. Okay, Chris Martin, if you're listening, I'm a huge Coldplay fan. I wanted to write, so Coldplay's last two albums, Music of the Spears. Can I just check before we continue, Steve? There isn't a Coldplay Jumbotron camera that's going to catch me and you in a uncompromising position.
No,
I'm just looking
There's
around.
a cupboard we can use later.
All right, okay. Well, what was the question again?
I asked you about the Coldplay influence.
Yeah. So their last two albums, Music of the Spears and Moon Music, I wanted to write something better than Higher Power and Feels Like I'm Falling in Love, which was their two lead singles, which I set as a benchmark. I wanted to top the biggest band in the world and try and write a more catchy anthemic song than what Coldplay have done. So, aim high.
Now, there's a sci-fi sort of teaser video I've seen. Is there going to be a full-length video?
Right, okay. Here's another bit where I'm going to talk about someone called Jason Flinter, who runs Flint Branding. Jason Flinter directed the amazing video to Butterfly Girls. Jason Flinter directed my amazing video, Electric Blue. Jason Flinter is a genius. So that sci-fi influence, Jason Flinter is currently working on the Big Star lyric video as we speak. So that is going to be the next thing that comes. And the actual video I do for Big Star, I found a wonderful director, and we're going to be heading to the Costa del Sol to film the Big Star video and the next single. I've already written the next single, and it's going to be as good as Big Star, if not better.
We should mention that Big Star isn't actually going to be available on all platforms until the 5th of September.
5th of September,
and
yeah.
The video presumably will be ready at the same time. It will get released simultaneously.
Well, the lyric video will be, but there's going to be a huge campaign that lasts. The real video will be a little while in waiting, but it will be. I've seen all the sets in Costa del Sol. It's going to be something well worth seeing. I've got a top man, a wonderful man, and his team that are set to they've sent me all the screenplay and the storyboard, and it looks amazing.
Now, what about a whole album? You mentioned it in passing. Are there hopes to complete one next year?
Well, we're going to take one step at a time. I really want Big Star to go supernova, as you said. If Big Star doesn't, the next single will. And that's when I hope someone approaches me and says, Carnivali, Steve, it's about time we made an album. Here we go. Because I think it's pointless until you have that breakthrough single, which I hope Big Star is going to be. If it's not Big Star, it will be the next one. I only want to release great songs. I don't want to release any. It's got to be all killer, no filler. So, yeah.
I just love your enthusiasm and your self-belief. It's brilliant. What about live dates? Have you ever considered performing?
Yeah, going to be live next year, definitely. Like you say, I think Martin said earlier, I'd pay to see Steve at a carnival in a valley. So that has got to be arranged.
Well, if you want more details, search for Carnivali online. Facebook.
I love how you mispronounce my
Carnivali.
name. Carnivali.
Yes, very Italian.
It is Italian.
Search online, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all over the place.
Movie Town Girl, Butterfly Girls, Electric Blue, new single, Big Star, out September the 5th, 2025.
What was the name of your producer again?
Okay, if you're not drunk already, it's Pete Roelly, and he's based at Attic Attack Studios in Kingswood. Other studios are available.
Steve, thank you so much for coming today. Every success going forward.
Steve, can I just say, you're one of my favourite DJs, and when you invited me on the show, I look forward to it so much. I've had 3 wonderful experiences of coming in and being interviewed by you. I think you're a wonderful presenter, and I wish you absolutely everything best for the future. I want to say really thank you. You're a lovely guy.
Big love. Thank you very much, Steve. Super to see you again. Now, we've been talking about it. The new single, Big Star, is out on all platforms on the 5th of September. Here it is.
See your head hang low.
Wonderful stuff. Carnivali there and Big Star, performed by Steve Carnivali and produced by Pete Rowley, or Pete Roelly, however you want to pronounce it, at Attic Attack Studios in Bristol. That's the new single. It's due to be released on all platforms on the 5th of September. If you want more details about the other songs that Steve's produced over the years, search for Carnivali online. Now that is spelled CARNIVALE. CARNIVALE. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and Twitter, of course. And there'll be a couple of videos by the sound of it for the new single Big Star, Steve said. So we look forward to following his career with interest.